There is nothing the Lord cannot take away from your life. There is no pit or danger that the Lord will not remove you from. The eyes of the Lord are always on you. The heart of the Lord is always caring to help you. And the Lord is going to put you out of that pit. Where are you stuck in? What is that problem that has held you down? What is that trouble that will not let you have a good life for yourself? Where have you found yourself in that you think coming out of it will be very difficult for you to come out? Which of the dangers or pits do you think you are into? And you are not sure the Lord is aware of your situation. You must know it, that God is aware of everything that is happening in your life, no matter the depth and the condition of the pit you are stuck into. God knows it, and God is always ready to take you out of it. In situations like this, one of the things that one has to consider is the fact that you are in a situation that is very tough, and a pit of life that has held you away from the good life and stopped you from making major progress in life. The matter is not that you have stayed too long in that pit. It is not that you have cried too long. The situation is not changing. The matter is, are you ready to get out of that pit? Are you willing to do anything that it requires to get you out of that condition? When we discuss pit, when we are talking about you being in a pit, you may not be physically in a deep pit that is dogged on the ground, but there is some condition. There is some things that you are involved in that may be the problem of your life. And it is the reason you have not been moving forward. You have not been progressive and successful in your pursuit in life. We can identify some of such pits right now to enlighten your understanding of the context so that you will know that situation you are in. When you are in a relationship that is not good in your life, when you are in a relationship that is toxic to your life and you don't know how to let go and move on with your life. Another pit is likened to be when you are in an association with some people that are not helping your life. Every time you are together, every moment you share with one another, there's always something great leaving your life. You are always losing potential. You are always the victim, and in all, you do not know how to get out of such association. Yes, such things happen to people. The group they belong to, listen, sometimes it is a group you are not proud of. Secret and occultic groups, in a business partnership that what they do is against the will of God, and because of that, God is not pleased with you. And many others, you have known it, not that it may not be a physical pit, as it were. It could be a big financial debt, sickness, weaknesses, helplessness, hopelessness, no help and support, bad friendship. Listen, all this could play the role of the pit because they will always keep you in a place. They will always make you lose vision of what you want to do and become, because you are already tied down in a condition that is making you immovable. The pit could be a prison or whatever it is. I bring to you this day amazing words of the Lord's mercy and love, that God is saying to you that no matter the pit you have found yourself in, no matter where you think you are and the condition that has held you down, and it is responsible for your failure in your life, career, family, and relationship. God is saying to you now that He is bringing you out of that pit now. God is saying you should be ready to be delivered from that relationship, that association, that bad relationship with those people, that business deal that is making God not to be pleased with you. God is showing you mercy, and He is saying you will be out very soon. You will have your freedom now. God is telling you that your days of peace and blessing have come. God is saying the day of your deliverance has come to everything you could not do to get yourself out of that condition. God will help you to get them done, and you will be happy again. God has been doing it for people from the beginning. Before you were born and after you are gone, God will still be in that business of miraculous, putting people out of the pit. The saving power of the Lord is great and strong to do everything for you. If you do not know what to do, then you will see God putting you out of the situation. There was a time that Daniel was thrown into a pit, not just a pit, but the lion's den, a pit that has a lion in it. They want to kill him. They want to keep him out of existence. They want to shut down his voice so that nobody would hear him again. But the question is, could that be possible when there is a God in heaven always caring for the person? They tried all they could, and it ended that Daniel found himself in that pit. God was there too with him. God went ahead of him to ensure that the lions in that pit did not harm him. The next morning, when the king found out that Daniel was still alive, wow, what a powerful miracle! Then he knew that the God of heaven was strong with Daniel, and he asked that those that planned against Daniel be put into that pit. And it was recorded that before they got down to that pit, the lions tore them apart and ate them up. If God could protect, if God could deliver and save Daniel from such a dangerous pit, if God could take him out and replace him with his enemies, then what makes you think God cannot take you out of that condition? What makes you think your life is doomed and will not have any remedy? God is always making a way for you. There are lots of escape routes for you. God cannot fail now that you needed Him most. God does not just come to help you out. God will not just come to put you out of that pit that has kept you away from the blessings, that pit that has denied you of the breakthrough in your life. There are things you have to do to make it work. You have to first know that you are in a condition that is not the will of God for you. When you acknowledge this, it will give you that awareness and the zeal to look for what to do next. What are you to do next? You will acknowledge that God can put you out. The psalmist said, some things that you must know. Psalm 121, verse 1. I will lift up my eyes to the hills, around Jerusalem, the sacred Mount Zion and Mount Moriah. From whence shall my help come? 2. My help comes from the Lord who made heaven and earth. You must know and believe that God can deliver you from that pit. You must acknowledge that God is able and can put you out of that situation, out of that trouble, and deliver you from that pit that has not allowed you to move progressively in life. It is your belief that will make something happen in your life in situations like this. You cannot engage God in a matter that concerns you without first believing that God can do it. Your faith is very important in getting the miracle. Look up to God and tell yourself, I know the God of heaven can take me out of this pit. I know God can take me out of this debt that I cannot pay. It is when you align your mind and your heart towards that direction that acknowledges God's potency to deliver you that you will see God working in your life. When you have that faith in God, you do not have to keep quiet. You have to speak out, call on God to help you out. One thing you must know is that God is seeing everything the way it is happening. God knows your condition, but God wants you to call Him into the situation. You have to cry out for help. Have you prayed? Have you invited God into that situation? Have you called God to help you out of that pit? If you have done that, knowing that God can deliver you, then be rest assured that you are moving out of that pit and you will be free. You are gaining your freedom from that debt, that sickness, those chains, and that bondage. You are gaining your freedom from that hopeless condition. God is taking you out of the pit of poverty, and He is translating you into that life of riches and wealth. God is taking you to that life of influence, and you will rise to a place where you cannot be held down again. Believe, have faith, and call on the Lord to help you out, and God will perform His words in your life.